Waste Warriors! Yeah, today is another day. We are here to present on our project how we'll be able to turn PLA products into resourceful products, and we are hoping that the judges will be impressed with this innovation. Thank you. Good afternoon, faculty members. We are Team Waste Warriors, and today we are here to present to you how you can transform this PLA waste product into this object, the samples on your table, and this key holder. Now, before I continue with my presentation, I'd like to quote the famous John Wesley that said, "Cleanliness is next to godliness." Now, the big question is, as a country and a city, or even a community, are we practicing that? No. We look around, we find a lot of waste products in our environment. Accra is recorded as the second dirtiest city in Africa. And this is not a good track record for us. That is why we are introducing using the polyacid waste product into reusable products. And this is going to create a job opportunity for people, tackle waste pollution issues in the community. And also we are looking forward at working with the Environmental Protection Agency, entrepreneurs that want to venture into such business, and hopefully people that want to reuse recycled products. We hope the Ministry of Education will also involve this type of projects in their educational system to help students learn better. However, we'll take you through how this process is done.
Thank you, Doladem. These plastics pollute our environment, and usually they are non-biodegradable, meaning they can be on the Earth's surface for over 100 years without breaking down. But PLAs are biodegradable. They can break down under the right conditions, and they are non-toxic and also eco-friendly. But how do we get it from this state to this state? We go through a couple of stages. First of all, we collect these plastics and sort them out into various types. Since not all types of plastics can go under a certain convention temperature. And furthermore, we clean them. That's the pre-treatment and chemical breakdown stage. We clean them and shred them into pieces and break them down through a chemical process called hydrolysis, where we break them down from the longer molecules to smaller molecules. Breaking them down, we now get lactic acid, and these lactic acids are the building blocks for our PLA. But before it converts from the lactic acid to the PLA, it also goes through another chemical process known as the polymerization process. It can either be the ring polymerization or ring condensation. And when we get the PLA, we purify it to get quality PLA for our 3D printing.
Right, I'll take you through what 3D printing is. It's the process of creating a three-dimensional object using a digital file by creating layers and layers of the filament, in this case, the PLA. We are using PLA because, one, the object that is produced has a smooth finish at the end, and also it has a low printing temperature, which is 220 degrees Celsius, as you can see from there. So with a budget of 14,000 Ghana cedis, 20,000 Ghana cedis, we are aiming that you'll be able to start a small scale using that. If you don't have a laptop, you'll be able to get a laptop and the machine within that budget. So I'll walk you through the process, the printing flow. First, we'll have to design the object that we are looking at producing using the 3D design software, which is Blender. We use Blender to create that. And in this software, because it's 3D, we are making use of the X, Y, and Z axes. This is an interface of the Blender software. And then we export the software, the object. But the object is exported in XTL, which is not readable by this printer. So we'll use a different software, which is Cura, to change it from that to G-code. And G-code is the language this printer understands to print whatever you are looking at achieving at the end. So from Cura, then we send to Pronterface, which is the software we've opened now, and then we press on print. Now, before the printing starts, I mentioned earlier that the printing temperature for the PLA is 220 degrees Celsius. So the nozzle is the one that is writing on the bed. So the nozzle heats up to 220 degrees Celsius, and the bed heats up to 60 degrees Celsius, and then the nozzle calibrates the bed and then starts the printing. One thing about this too is that after you are done printing, you'll be able to finish it by either polishing or painting as you desire.
So why this project? This project not only tackles but addresses the growing issue of plastic waste and its pollution in our cities here in Ghana. It also taps into the lucrative 3D market by creating business modules, which will also contribute to the local economy by creating both direct and indirect jobs. We also print these robotic components, which help students it also aids them in their STEM on hands training. And not only that, by recycling, we want to start a trend of eco-friendly and a sustainable way of living and also dealing with plastic on our daily lives. This is just not a business opportunity. It's a chance for us to make an impact in society and our environment also, to spearhead innovation and also to create sustainable jobs in our economy. That is why we waste warriors say, reduce, recycle, and reuse. Before I wrap up, I'll join Jomo as we demonstrate how we turn PLA into a 3D module.
Right, thank you, Rosemary. So this is the final software I mentioned, the printerface. This is where we print directly to the printer. And as I mentioned before, it's in the G code, the code the printer understands. So we've already created it from the beginning because it will take a lot of time for us to do that right here to demonstrate to you. So we would quickly click on resume. So you can see that the nozzle continues to lay each layer of the PLA on the heat bed. Thank you very much. So this is the filament of PLA, and this is the end product that is. So it melts through the nozzle and is heated at 220 degrees Celsius, as I mentioned earlier. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Throughout this whole process, right, which element of the work is your own unique idea? Because 3D printing is not new. It's now been on the market for so long. Converting plastics to 3D filaments is not new. Having a 3D printer is not new. Programming in it is not new. So what is unique about your project, and which part of this process do you actually own yourselves?
Thank you very much for the question. So what makes our product unique is the fact that, yes, 3D is already in the system. People have always recycled waste products. But this time around, we are focusing on the fact that this product can be used for STEM hold-on studies in schools. Educational ministries haven't really focused on using this. If we have students that are learning technical things in school, and then just as the car prototype you have on your table, they can build out something to demonstrate, to have a physical idea of what they have in their mind to make their work easier. So this for me.
So that's where I have a challenge, because throughout your whole presentation, it wasn't focused about the end product. You said what was unique was the process of converting plastics to PLAs, which can then be turned into filaments to 3D print. Okay. And that's where it ended. Okay. So for me, I would then want you to say that, okay, so we've come up with this process of actually, we've built a machine that converts the plastic to the PLA that we require to. Or we have built our own unique 3D printer that's able to accept different materials that other materials can't accept. Or we've created a new code that is different, that allows you to feed directly with no conversion required. But then just to say that, oh, we're using traditional processes to convert plastics, then to create parts that we'll use for STEM, but your whole pitch focused on process, not end product. There's a bit of a disconnect.
Sure.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Ladies, well done. But what problem are you trying to solve?
Waste pollution.
You're trying to solve waste pollution?
Yeah, we have at least 3 objectives. We want to tackle waste pollution issues in the country and create job opportunities for people, because if I have a company that deals in this waste product, I can employ the lay person to pick up this product from town for me and pay them a basic salary. So even though I'm working with the waste product, I'm cleaning the community at the same time.
So what's your the name of your company? What's the name of the company again?
Waste Warriors.
I will use Waste Warriors because
this project is innovative, and you would have to use us because not only are we tackling waste pollution, we are also creating jobs for individuals.
No, step by step.
Okay.
So I use Waste Warriors because
we are not only tackling waste pollution, which we know is a problem in our country, but also creates job opportunities for individuals.
Okay, and why should I believe you?
Because we've shown you what we are capable of achieving and what the end results would be.
Okay, but the things you're doing, I can do myself. I don't need you. And if it's 3D printing, well, I wouldn't use 3D printing for something like this because you use molds. It's cheaper, and it can be mass produced. I mean, it's cheaper and can be mass produced. That's number one. Number two is that the process of recycling itself has its challenges because they are different. Although these two bottles look the same, different compositions, different chemicals. Have you built that cost into your model, that expense? Because you only need 14,000. 14,000 for what?
Come on.
Yes, so just as our lady judge mentioned earlier that she was expecting us to mention we bringing up a new printing machine or something. We are actually already using a machine that's already in the system, and we will be able to get this PLA transform products that are in a filament form, just as it is on the train. So instead of probably transferring the whole plastic from scratch to finish, we can just buy the already processed plastic that is in the filament form and use
Already
it.
processed
So
by you or already processed by everybody that's doing these?
We are doing both. We can recycle it ourselves or buy the already processed PLA filament.
So
And the 14,000 is inclusive of getting a startup printer machine and a laptop if you don't have one.
Right.
Yeah, a laptop that supports the software.
Okay, but it's cheaper for me. I mean, if I went to the market and I had a key holder and he told me it's recycled plastic, it's 50 pesos. And the other one is 10 pesos. I'll buy yours. Why should I buy yours? I mean, why should I care? Why should I buy yours?
You should buy from us because we not only give the initiative of a business opportunity, but we also want to bring ideas to life, especially with the STEM, looking at the STEM winner students. Sometimes not everybody wants the same thing. So with 3D printing, you can actually bring your idea into physicality and then use it as you want, instead of buying the same thing that's on the market or whatever has been mass produced in the market.
Okay, so you're saying that you can be more specialist. But then that's small scale. How does that create jobs? I mean, if you're going to be able to produce only 20 every day, your production is low, your costs are high, your market is small. I mean, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, apart from the venture, we also mentioned we want to partner with the Ministry of Education and then the EPA, the Environmental Protection.
Okay, I think you're doing too many things at the same time.
Okay.
So you're almost making it up as we go along. So go back, you've got to go back and say, what is unique? What's unique about this? Why should we believe you? What's unique about this, what you're saying? Because everything you've said has been done before.
Yes, please.
There's nothing you've said that is new. And unless, if you're going to do the same thing that everybody's doing, then really, that's not innovation. But I think the value proposition has not been clearly articulated. So all the bits that are supposed to come together to support the value proposition become disjointed. So think through your value proposition. What is my value proposition? And everything that you do must support that value proposition. And that's your starting point.
Yes, please.
So just for this demonstration, is everything here modeled by you and 3D printed by you? Everything on this table. Okay, so I'll give you kudos for your modeling of the gears and for your detailed design in that area. So now we're evaluating your team working skills. If you had to, and I know this is tough, who do you say the weakest link is?
I think the weakest link is Della.
And Della?
I would pick Rosemary too.
And then we come to Sandra, right?
For me, I think I'll go for Jomo.
Okay, Jomo, who will he select?
I'll go with Sandra.
Yeah, because they're all selecting
Selecting
each
each
other.
other, yeah.